Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. We are here today, thanks to Flex. We're in the United View headquarters, studio settings for the big one, the Carabao Cup final. We're less than 2 days away now, Flex. Before we get into what's going to be a Combine 11, bit of a preview, chat about the big game. How we're feeling, Flex? I know you had a good, busy night last night against Barcelona.
Yep, coming off the back of that, the confidence is surging through the boys. I've spent some time around them as well. Similar to like what you've been doing as well, which is wicked, by the way. Being around the camp, and you just get a feel for it, and you speak to certain players, and they tell you firsthand like how good it is. It's one thing seeing it on the pitch and the harmony and the belief, but then it's another thing hearing it, from them. And man, we're on fire right now. We really are. But this is a game that's got massive pressure, man. I really do think that Newcastle are a difficult team to beat. You guys really want this. Like, you can't split who wants this more. I think from you guys not being in the final for so long, having a great season, literally the Newcastle players got the chance to write themselves into history in the Newcastle books. And for us, it's the perfect way to cap off the great work that Erik Ten Hag's done so far. And you get that first trophy in the bag, and it just galvanises you, doesn't it, for the next part of the season. You're fighting for top four. We're only, what is it? I don't know, 6 points above you or 7, 8. I can't remember now. But we're not completely clear of you. We got to fight for maybe the title, make sure top 4. I don't know. I'm thinking one game at a time. Quadruple's on, mate. Exactly. Quadruple's on.
Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing I was going to touch on, Flex, was that Newcastle have had weeks to prepare for this game, focus on this game. I think the players have been thinking about this game for a while. Man United have got 2 days, because last night Erik Ten Hag and the players surely are just Barcelona, training, everything. 100%. Now they've got 2 days to think, oh, bloody hell, we're in a final.
It can work in both ways, yeah. It's weird, because when you speak to some players, and most players, pressure, it's like, you're in your groove, bro. Sometimes when you play that volume of game every 3 days, it's like straight after a game, little recovery, light training, back in, match rhythm. Sometimes you could argue that that's better than having like a whole week off. But obviously on the flip side of that is when you're going deep into games or the latter stages, one team can fade and another team can come on really strong.
Man, I was gutted when Brandt had that off the line last night. I know it went to VAR, but with that, I went to penalties last night, that little bit extra game time for Man United. Is there any chance that we'll see a bit of fatigue or that fire? Because the thing is, like you're saying, the games come in quick succession. Doesn't bother you at the minute because you're playing so well. Yeah,
but what I would say is there's been quite a few games where in the first half, we haven't played very well.
Last night, I thought.
Last night, we didn't do that at all well. I think we were good up until the penalty. Then the penalty happened, and everything just went. Our form went, our confidence on the ball went, our quality went, our intensity, everything went. The game before that, in the Premier League, when we won 3-0 against Leicester, first 25 minutes,
early on.
David De Gea kept us in the game, mate. That should have been 2-0 Leicester before we even scored. And we managed to score before half-time, then come out early in the second half score. But what I will say is that Erik Ten Hag finds a way to react really quickly and get a response out of them. So, to answer the question, there can always be little bits of fatigue, because the track record and the sample size shows me that Man United have periods in the game where we kind of drop our level a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how you exploit that. Yeah. Do you start on the front foot? Do you start all over us? Do you start a little bit cagey, try and hit us on the break? Just be defensively solid, try and make it an ugly game, take time on the throw-ins, the free kicks, goal kicks, take the sting out of it, work your way into the game.
Ten Hag mentioned that today in his press, didn't he? Said Newcastle are annoying.
They are, but do you know what? They deserve the credit for being annoying. I think they know what to do in big games. You've gone away to Liverpool, lost in the last second. Gone away to Arsenal, got a draw. Gone away to Man United, got a draw. Like in the big games away from home, you know what to do, and you're a difficult team to beat. Slipped off the ball a little bit recently, but I think that's because all your players, like you've mentioned, it's half an eye, more than half an eye on it. But we might see some fatigue, but it's how you deal with it. It's how you deal with it.
Before we get into Combine 11, just quickly, Rashford, will he be fit?
Better be. I hope so. The truth is, I don't know at this point. I think Ten Hag said that it's too early to see. And he say too early, it's only a couple of days' time. So It's crazy, man. But you know what, though? Listen, Rashford would be a massive, massive blow. But when I just flip my kind of thoughts back to the manager and how good he is about finding solutions, bro, I just back us, man. I think he'll find a solution even if Rashford isn't there. However, that takes away 40% of our game instantly just by him not being there.
Right then, and I want to know what you think in the comments as well. Drop your combined 11 in the chat as well.
Combined 11?
So if it was good job it's Flex, not KG. Well, it might not be actually, but KG
Listen,
was giving
mate.
it the big and saying that you would not one Newcastle player would get any, or 3 he said in the end, because he got fantasy football and loves down
there's
there
not
and
a
stuff.
lot. There's not a lot, mate.
But let's start then. De Gea or Nick Pope. But I guess we can't do that because Pope's not here, so we're going to...
No. I mean, are you doing it on, like, if they're injured, then...
Let's just, because Carrius never plays, so let's just hypothetically say that Pope's...
Yeah, just to make a conversation
we know what the
for it.
answer will be if it's Carrius.
I like Nick Pope. I think he's reliable. I think he's a decent shot stopper.
Most clean sheets in the league this season.
Yeah, most clean sheets. But I think that obviously isn't just because he's wicked. That's because, like, as a unit, you just
The back
defend
five.
really well. Exactly. But I'm having De Gea over him every day of the week, man.
See, I would be arguing for Nick Pope because of the season, but I know De Gea over the years, the shot stopping and against, like we just said, the Leicester.
Even this year, even up until current games. Don't get me wrong, distribution-wise, he lacks, and that is a big talking point within the Man United fan base about moving on from David De Gea. When do we do it? Should it be now? Should it be the end of the season? Sorry. And there's a lot of people that are like, absolutely not. He's fine. We've got other stuff to fix. You keep him where he is. And some fans are like, no, to get to the next level, we actually need a more progressive keeper. But he just makes big saves, bro. He just makes big saves. And he did it again last night. Jules Koundé header, tips it over the bar. Big one for me and Nacho on the weekend. Harvey Barnes, like, he just makes big saves that I don't think other keepers make, even still now. So for me, I'm going to say David De Gea.
David de Pope. We'll right back. Your mate Flex is in there with Trips and
I love Trips, man.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Trippier or Wan-Bissaka or Dalot, as you said,
Dalot.
like, say.
This is really
I'm backing
hard.
Trippier all day for this one. Like Trippier all day. Captain, leader, experience, won La Liga, England final, semi-final, galvanised Newcastle United as a club. I'm having Trippier in there.
He's done all of them things, and I'm a little bit biased because I do love Trips. He's a wicked guy, and he's had a great career, and is still having a great career. And all of them things you said that he does do, he does. He's been a fantastic leader. He's brilliant at set pieces. Deliveries are unreal. Free kicks are unreal. That one he hit back in Man City early on in the year, unbelievable. And he's got a lot of experience. But I think I'm gonna go Dalot.
No, Dalot over Trippier, really?
Only
I'll
but-
send him this as well. We're going to send him this time.
Yeah, he's gonna come back to
We
it.
need to
Yeah.
get your number after this, mate.
I might have to buckle because I'm on the Newcastle channel, and do you know what? There's not much else you're gonna get, so I'll
take it while I can.
Because it's him. You're lucky.
See, the thing is as well, so we've got De Gea, Trippier, now the 2 centre-backs. I know you're never going to let me get them in, but
I know why you're gonna say your two.
because we've had the best defence in the league. You know, Botman and Shaw have been unbelievable, especially Sven Botman. I think Shaw was a bit poor against Liverpool and West Ham, but I would back them too. But it'd be hard not to include Varane because of what he's achieved and how good he is.
And how good, and not even just off
Martinez
the
has
pass,
stepped
just
in.
how they're actually currently playing, bro. Like, what I don't like doing is just like, because I think that's unfair to just go, Varane's won like all them Champions League. Like, are you sure? Like,
We're picking up for this one game, aren't we?
like, to be fair, like, you have to go off what is he doing now. And those two in Varane and Martinez are brilliant. But I remember when Shaw was just like...
And he came in £3 million. We
nothing,
thought he was
like-
really good, fell off for a couple of years.
Yeah,
Bruce
for
didn't like
years
him.
he just wasn't... I can't even believe
Then
the
he left.
resurgence.
Yeah.
To the point where Lascelles is just...
Captain, we was captain. Now
Was
he's
captain. Do you know what I mean? He'd probably have to leave at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I cannot. Do you know what? If I look for as individual players, I don't think Shaw and Botman as individuals are better than Martinez and Varane. However, as a partnership, they have been absolutely formidable. So I know you're going to stick with your guys, and I'm going to stick with my guys. Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
give you one. I would keep Botman, and I would give you one of Varane and Martinez.
And you know what? I wouldn't agree, but if I had to, I would take over Shaw. Botman's better, 100%. So it would have to be Varane and Botman, or Martinez.
We'll try and make it. We'll try and make it nice for the
It's only to
Newcastle.
make it. I can't come on here and just be like, no. So it is what it is.
Left back then, big Dan Burn or little Luke Shaw.
Listen,
Not
mate.
so little.
Yeah, little Luke Shaw, mate. Listen, unbelievable.
Ten Hag's researched him as well, hasn't he?
Best left back in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. In Europe, one of the best in Europe, if not the right now currently on form. Just how Rashford is currently like on form. one of the best players in Europe, if not the most informed with Victor Osimhen, etc., etc. But like Luke Shaw, I'm telling you, is doing similar things. And I know it's difficult when you don't watch another team 90 minutes. So it's like you'll say the same about Dan Burn and other players at Newcastle because you watch them game in, game out and you really see their qualities. Yeah. But Luke Shaw's playing at such a high level. You want him to just sit Haaland down and make sure at centre-back he can play there? Not a problem. Mad. If you want him to play centre-back against Barcelona away, Lewandowski, not a problem in the pocket. Want me to go back to left-back, lock down Rafinha? Not a problem, I'll do it. Want me to lock down Salah? Not a problem. Like,
see, that's what Burn's been doing, left back, centre back.
Yeah,
centre back,
so they're kind of similar in terms, although they're completely different.
Versatile.
But for me, Luke Shaw, he's not head and shoulders above.
Nobody is.
Literally not. Nobody is. But you get my drift, man. My guy, Luke Shaw. I'm sorry.
It's hard because like Shaw has been. I mean, obviously Dan Burn has been outstanding for us, but Shaw recognised left back.
England as well. Look how he played in the World Cup. Fantastic.
Are we going to go 2-3-1 or are we going to go 3-3-3?
Just do a 4-2-3-1. I think that's
4-2-3-1.
pretty
right.
much. Yeah.
Well, I've got to make my case for Bruno Guimaraes straight away. The better Bruno, the real Bruno.
Make
sure you check out the interview against me and KJ as well.
Yeah, check out the mental. mental.
What are you saying for that?
I really like Bruno Guimaraes. I do. I like his passion. I like that he's a bit of an all-rounder. Like, I look at him, I don't think he excels in any part of the game. I do think, me personally, and it's not me hating on him, I do think there was a little bit of overgas. Like, I didn't see him like completely running the show. I just saw like a really efficient footballer.
He does run the show, like.
But fair enough, that's what I'm saying.
See it,
I won't see it. I haven't seen it, but like I said, Newcastle fans will be bang to right saying, listen, this guy is the real deal. He runs the show. So I can't ignore that. And I do like him. And if I'm constructing a team, I thought he was done well in the World Cup as well. When he came in, he started a couple, but came in and out. Obviously, Casemiro started every game. He's the guy. But I know you're going to laugh, bro, but Fred, I'm telling you now, bro.
But last night he was actually really good now.
Bro, and away at the Nou Camp. And in big games, Fred comes alive. And just the impact he has on games is massive. And the way Bruno Guimaraes, he can't cover ground like Fred. He can't break up play like Casemiro. He can't pass like Eriksen. But
he can.
You're saying he can.
You'll see on Sunday.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a midfield three. Casemiro and the two Brunos.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah.
That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take that.
And that's with me.
I'd love to put Joe Linton in there. He's our guy.
Yeah.
He's been amazing.
But he can't go in there over the real Bruno, and he can't go in there over Casemiro, and he can't go in there over your guy Bruno Guimaraes, really, can he?
Yeah.
Joe Linton. And he's been brilliant.
Willock and Longstaff have been good, but not
the levels. And that's with me because Eriksen's out of mind, been injured, and Sabitzer's there. Like, we've got, and even Fred, I want to put him into this. He's a big game player, and I think he's going to have a massive role to play. But let's just be fair about the quality of the individual players and the best team we could construct with both squads.
Right. So there's our three, actually. So we'll just do 3 forwards now, then.
3 forwards?
3 forwards. So obviously we know Rashford's going to be in there.
No point even talking about it.
No point. We'll move on from that. I'm going to say, do I make a case for St. Maximin or Isak? Because St. Maximin can be a game changer, but he hasn't been
up front.
Best. Yeah.
It's got to be Isak, innit, surely?
I think Isak, we haven't seen the best of him yet because of his injuries. But yeah, because you like Isak as well, don't you?
I've
seen a few years in the studio talking about Isak.
I really like Isak, man. I think he's a good young player. He was unfortunate to get that injury where he kind of just derailed him, obviously, didn't he? He was out for ages.
4 months he was out.
That's a long time, man. It's a long time. I remember that game at, I think, was it his first game at Liverpool away?
Yeah.
Mate, and that one that was disallowed when he sat them down. Honestly,
onside as well.
And yeah, exactly. And the first goal he scored was really well taken as well. I just like him. I think he's a willing runner. When he came on, when the game was tight against Southampton, and he came off the bench, didn't he? And he had a little run, and he just turned and just skipped on, squared it, and gave it to Joe Linton, who Joe Linton should have scored before that.
He should have.
He's just got a turn of pace, and I just like him. And Man United haven't got a striker right now. We've got Wout Weghorst, not disrespect to him. Really good guy, worked really hard for the team, but the levels we need better. And Isak is good. I do like Callum Wilson as well, though.
Yeah,
just fitness,
he's fitness, man. But his goal scoring record, normally in front of goal, he's clinical.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been in recent weeks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would definitely be putting him in there.
Yeah.
So we've got Isak, got 2 more. Well, I've got 1 more. Isak, Rashford, Almiron.
Now this is going to get interesting now.
Because he has been.
Because Almiron.
He had that patch.
He had the purple patch.
It's not that purple anymore.
It's not. He hasn't really. When's the last time? Has he gone off the thing a bit?
He has. In terms of goal scoring, anyway, like what he offers to the team, work rate, tracking back, everything's brilliant. He's still getting in the right areas.
Yeah.
It's going to click again soon. Signed a new deal today. But who are you arguing for?
I'm going to back my guy Anthony, bro.
Yeah?
I'm going to back my guy Anthony. Your guy Miggy, as you say. I'm Miggy. Even I like him. Like, I don't think you can be a rival fan and always plays with a smile on his face. I mean, he came from the MLS, didn't he? He runs around like a blue-ass fly. Like, he just puts he has like this expression of like he's dead on his feet, but just keeps going, just keeps going.
Like,
yeah, he's done really well, man. And I'm actually pleased to see him like get some accolades and keep, that little purple patch. Everyone's been flipping heck, mate. He's gonna be in Golden Boot contention. Falling off a little bit now, but yeah, and some of them are unbelievable goals.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But I just think Anthony he has been up and down. I'm not gonna lie, he has been up and down. He's starting to find himself. Been out injured a little bit. Big goal against Barcelona. And the goals that he has scored, cutting in on his left foot, similar to Miggy. Have been fantastic, and what's in there, and I'm just waiting to see it unlocked. I just think he's got a higher ceiling than Almiron. I think he's a better player, but Almiron this season technically has been better than him. But I'm just going to back my guy. I am being kind of biased because this is the final, man. I got to back my boys.
Well, he's going to stick
but
around.
I really like Miggy, and you're going to go Miggy.
Yeah. No mention Sancho, Garnacho. Both of them looking good at the minute.
Garnacho looks brilliant. But none of them play on the right. They don't really play on the right very well. And Rashford's locked it down on the left. So for the combined 11, again, player for player, balancing the team. This isn't about like just who's better. It's about the best.
99 rated players.
Yeah, exactly. Because Sancho is better than Almiron, but he's been out for like 3 months. Had to find himself, and he's just come back into it. So I've got to be fair. And Garnacho's impact player off the bench, young kid, but he's electric and he can change the game on Friday.
I've managed to squeeze a few Newcastle United players in there for it to be fair, so I'm pleased with that one. Before we sign off, Flex, prediction time. How do you see the final going?
Man United 2, Newcastle 1.
Oh, what? Oh, I thought, no, that's not 3, no 1. Oh, wow, so 90-minute job as well. 90-minute job.
Set piece or something like that, probably. I don't know. I just think it's going to be really tight, really cagey. I don't think we'll run around with it.
I think it'll be tight and cagey.
I just feel that in the end, I think our quality will just about prevail with the confidence that we've got and a never say die attitude. But I'm nervous about this game. There's so much pressure on us, No disrespect to Newcastle, but on paper, this is the game that Manchester United should win. If you was to offer, say, to Man United, you can go to Cup final, you can play Newcastle United, Man United should be winning that game, in my opinion. However, football's not played on paper, and Newcastle have been resurgent, and they've proved so many times this season how difficult they are to beat. And if any Man United fan thinks they're going to go and roll over Newcastle at Wembley, I would like some of that. Because it could happen. You never know. Like, football's a crazy game, but I don't feel like that, and I wouldn't just lie.
Game. Yeah. You all know my prediction.
What are you going with? 1-1 and penalties. You keep saying,
penalties,
innit?
King Carrius. I'm backing it, mate. I'm backing it. Right, nice one, mate. Cheers.
Yes.
Make sure you check out Flex's channel, The United View. Go over there, subscribe. Loads of great content. He's got all the behind-the-scenes access and all that. He's in there with the players. And on Sunday, he'll be doing the fan cams with the angry Man United fans. There'll be sure to be some rants after they've lost the cup.
Up and down, mate.
Yeah.
Armpit hairs only, that's it.
Well, we'll see about that. Cheers for watching, everyone. Drop your comments below. Subscribe to MattyTMC TV. And see you on the next one.